Hello everyone, my name is Stefan Seguin, your sales coach. Today I actually want to share something very important with you, and that is my 30 years of experience in sales in 10 minutes or less. What do I want to talk about? First of all, today is all about B2B sales. This is where most of my career has come from. So B2B sales, what do you need to do? How do you start? Where do you start? What do you do? How do you do it? With whom do you talk to? So let's start by, first of all, who do you talk to? Those customers that your business does business with, those they avatar, right? Those particular customers, those businesses that your solution offers solutions to them. In other words, for example, it could be an IT company selling to the government. It could be an IT company selling to other companies, financial institutions, insurance companies that are looking for new IT solutions or services. Where do you start from there? First of all, then you need to determine who that key contact point is. Who is that person that you need to speak with in order to create that first entry and then book that first meeting. Once you've understood who that person is, and then from there, you book a meeting. You contact them either through email, through phones, through perhaps even introductions from other colleagues, introductions from other suppliers that you represent, who introduce you into the account and to the key contact point. From there, what's next? Having the initial conversation about who they are, what they do, who you are, what you do, and then begin the discussion about, well, what are some of their business challenges that they are facing, that they are having a hard time with, that, it's cliche, but what's keeping them up at night. And this, at this point, this is not about closing them. You never close a customer, a B2B customer, on the first call or on the first meeting. It just doesn't happen. You just don't do it. This is about fact finding. This is about qualifying. This is about understanding them, understanding where they're having difficulties, understanding the grand scheme of things. Where is it that they are today, present day, and where do they want to go, which is tomorrow, and how it's creating some difficulties and they're not able to get there. What are the challenges? Based on those challenges, from there, initially you'll also understand who the key players are. That's also part of the discussion you need to have, is asking them, okay, who else needs to be involved in this discussion? If it's a larger organization, for example, you may have specific leaders of departments that need to be implicated, that need to be engaged, that need to be involved. And it's important for you to know that as you progress in that discussion. The next logical question you want to ask is, well, sir, ma'am, I'm curious. Would you be able to explain to me, when you do decide to choose a particular supplier for goods or services, what is the normal buying process? Do they have a purchasing department? If they do so, who are the people in the purchasing department who are responsible for getting those purchases approved? The next step from there, it's not just talking about the process, right? Because the process may take a couple days. Again, this is depending on the amount. It may take several weeks, a month, but it's also understanding, okay, once they receive the request from your key contact, where does it go up to? Does it flow to a CFO? Does it flow directly to the company president? Does it flow to a VP of something, finance? It could even be an accountant outside of the organization. And then once that's approved at that higher level, what's the next step? Normally they'll tell you, well, it depends on the amount. If it's an amount above, let's say, for example, above 500K or above $1 million or above 3 million, above 10 million, it might then have to go to the board of directors, or it may go directly to the company president, who has to look at it, determine what are the benefits, and they have to justify. So the people that you're working with, they need to justify why they need to invest in that project, why they need to invest in your services or your solution. if they've done a good job, and the company president can see the return on investment, the ROI. From there, it may take them a couple of days, it may take them a week, it may take them 3 weeks or more or less, depending on where they are in the organization, and also, are they traveling? Are they across the country? Are they in Europe? Are they in Southeast Asia? Where are they? And all that adds to the time it takes for a PO to be approved. Now, once that's approved, then what's the next step? Then it flows down the line back to either the purchasing department, who contacts you through email or through a phone call and says, yes, the PO has been approved. You can send us the order. Here's the PO. Please process the order. But what's the next step? Well, it's not just that one order. You also want to continue building the rapport, the trust that you've initially created with that client. So how do you continue building rapport? Well, one way to do that is to schedule regular meetings with your clients. It could be once a week, once every 3 weeks, once a month, once every 2 months. And what I used to do personally that worked very well was once a month, I would schedule a meeting with my key decision maker or influencer, and I would sit with them to talk about market trends in your specific industry, to talk about the new items, the new revolutions coming on the market, how certain new technologies or how certain new trends are coming up and how they would affect, in a good way or in a difficult way, their business. I would also talk to them about, well, what are they experiencing? What are some of the challenges that they're getting from their competitors? Anybody who tells you that competition is good, I would tell you that's bullshit. Competition is not good. You want to dominate your market. When you dominate your market, nobody can compete. Nobody can compete with you because you are the market leader. Nobody questions that. So the aim of the game is, how do you, as a seller, become that trusted advisor? How do you become that person, that go-to person that people want to come to because they know without the shadow of a doubt that you have their back, but more importantly, you can help them bridge the gap to where they want to go. Now, that's been a handful, right? That's 30 years in a nutshell in 10 minutes or less. But there's more, so much more that I can't talk about in this video because I told you this was 30 years in 10 minutes. If you're curious, if you're struggling with your B2B sales, if you're struggling with sales, if you're struggling on putting a strategy together on how to improve your relationships with your clients, if you're struggling with how do I grow my business, but grow it in such a fashion that customers just want to deal with me, if you're struggling with how do I create a map of the key influencers, the key decision makers in my business, and why you would do that, then guess what? There's one place you can go. Come see me. I'm here to help. There's so much more that I can share with you that this video doesn't allow me to right now at this point in time, but I would love to share what I know with you because I know it will make a significant difference in your sales career, in your sales, and for your business, and for you as a CEO, business owner, agency owner, on how to get more clients, build relationships, and significantly sell more. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you.